god.
Let's fucking go!
Holy shit. A new hardest. New hardest
There you go,
non-verification.
bruh.
You were just
That
I'm
talking
is
about
so
fucking awesome.
happy
Yeah.
I didn't die at Galva Terran. Oh my god.
Dude, once I saw you pass like Speg, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That's it.
I nearly died at the wave span with Galva. Like I was pretty close, but after I nearly died, I locked the fuck in. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna make that mistake again. All right, I want to talk about the parts. This will be in the video. Codex's part, extremely forgettable, but still decent intro, like 6 out of 10. Manix's part, one of the better Manix parts, but still like pretty inconsistent. Generally pretty fun though, like 7 out of 10. Sanic's part is, I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of like weird ways you can die in it, which makes it like one of the least consistent starts at the beginning, but like once you pull it off, it's pretty fun. So I'd call it like 8 out of 10, maybe 7 out of 10. After that,
Hinds.
Hinds.
Yeah,
Hinds parts is one of the better Hinds parts, but Hinds has made better stuff in other collabs. It's still pretty decent. Like I call it like a 7 out of 10. Zobros's part is fucking awesome. Like one of the best parts in this level. Incredible part, super unique style, and like super consistent to pull off and fun. Like 9 out of 10 part. Michigan's part is iconic, one of the best parts in this level, even though it's one of the hardest. Also like a 9 out of 10. Anthrax's part is very weird.
Avoid the structure simulator.
Yeah, avoid the structure simulator. I think it's really hard to get consistent at it, but once you get it, it's not the worst thing in the world. I used to think it was the hardest part, but it's not, like by a long shot.
It looks pretty awesome though.
It looks pretty decent, but it's one of the more dated parts in the level. I'd call it like probably like a 7 out of 10 part, maybe 6, probably 7. And then Xanthic's part is easily the worst part in this entire level. There are a bunch of weird inconsistencies that can happen. The UFO spam is very inconsistent. I found a decent setup for it if you hit the yellow orb late.
It also looks the worst.
Yeah, it also looks the worst.
Yeah.
This was like one of Xanthic's worst eras of creating. And in particular, the worst part of the level is the mini ship into cube transition. I die there a ton. Like I genuinely like probably like 2 out of 3 pass rate. It's just really weird. Like the way that you set up the part, it's very easy to like overshoot the block or go too high or go too low. Not a good part. Vibrant's part is also one of the worst in this level, even though it's much better than Xanthic's. Probably like a 4 out of 10 or 5 out of 10. Pretty easy, but like the one green orb flick is very annoying. Lugia's part's one of my favorite parts in this entire level. The gameplay in that part is incredible, and it's like feels super satisfying to pull off, and the little UFO spam thing is awesome. Like a 9 out of 10 part. Whammick's part's great as well, like 8 out of 10, not really much to say. Also like one of the more dated looking parts, but very fun. Nazca's part's fucking awesome as well. Like it's a really good part. It's a really good like break part, like 9 out of 10. Abstract Dark's part is pretty hard, very, very easy to choke at. That's definitely the part I died the most at in the second half. Pretty fun though to pull off. Probably like 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10-ish. Etzer's part's the most iconic part in this entire level, I'd say. It's probably the best thing Etzer has ever made. It's like a 10 out of 10 for sure. Even though like it's fun, but it's not the best gameplay part in the level.
I think it's hard.
Yeah.
I think it's harder
pretty,
than Abstract, honestly.
I think Abstract's harder. I definitely died at Abstract a lot more. I think I only ever died at Etzer's part like 2 or 3 times. Maybe like 4 or 5. And the speeds part is really hard. It's like one of the hardest in the second half. Probably the second hardest behind Michigan's part. But it's very fun to pull off. Like I enjoy it a lot. Like I think it's like an 8 out of 10 part. Serpunch's part is basically just carried by 2 clicks. I didn't die at either of them, but I did die twice at an easy click later in the part where you have to jump into a robot portal, and that was my latest death on the level. It's a pretty fun part. It's very like cool looking. Stands out among the crowd for sure. Very easy except for the first 2 clicks. I'd call it like a 7 or 8 out of 10 part, probably 8 out of 10. Galva's part's awesome, like super cool looking, aged super well. There's a bunch of weird things that can go wrong. Like some of the hitboxes are kind of strange, but it's still really fun. Like I'd call it like 8 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10. Terran's part's
the deco is so good.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like the little stars and the constellations.
The blurry, the foreground being blurry, like that shit.
Yeah, it's like it was so pretty mind blowing at the time it came out, and it still is. It's a great part.
Lit,
yeah,
bro.
and Terran's part is it's fun. I'm glad I didn't die there. There's a lot of really weird things that can go wrong. It's possible to die at the single portal I found at the end. Maybe that was a practice bug, but I'm not sure. But it's satisfying to pull off, but it very strange to learn. Like probably like 7 out of 10 part, maybe even 6. But yeah, overall, this level is incredible. This is like probably my favorite mega collab in the entire game. Like there's very few levels that have this level of consistency, especially like at this difficulty. My only mega collab I think I like more than this one is Bloodbath, but Bloodbath is like sort of in a tier of its own. Also, this level has a lot more people, so it's not really a super fair comparison. But yeah, this level is awesome. I can't recommend it enough. I had a great experience playing it. I'm glad I came back to it. Yeah.
I also recommend.
6,300 attempts total. I deleted my copy a while ago. I had an old copy that I learned the level on, but that's pretty much it. I think I had like probably like another few thousand attempts on this, probably around 10,000. Yeah, that's it. Delta, want to say anything?
I also recommend it, even though
bro's gonna go for it soon.
Yeah,
maybe, I don't know.
Soon enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.